We're in Casson, Minnesota today. Shopko store was built in 2014, opened in November 2014. This was the first location where we tried our polished floor system. What sent us down the road for something for an alternative to VCT was really the VCT industry in itself. You know, we were seeing VCT floors that were 2 and 3 years old that became very hard to restore to a presentable condition. And obviously 3 years into an investment of VCT isn't very favorable for us. So we needed something that we could install for the same amount of money or less, that would hopefully require less maintenance, which was initially the biggest selling point.
My initial conversation with Michael was very casual. They were just in the infancy of developing a program for exposed concrete flooring in their retail environment, and what Proseco was able to offer was a whole system approach to design development through the specifications and talking through that, and then implementation of our concrete flooring lines, protective treatments, and then maintenance.
You know how this floor compares with vinyl tile, our vinyl tile floors. Number one, we rely on third-party maintenance. We have to schedule third-party maintenance, pay for third-party maintenance. Typically strip or deep scrub those floors 2 times a year, we've totally eliminated reliance on third-party.
The polished concrete floor certainly has less maintenance than other traditional floor surfaces, being VCT in particular. There's an immediate recovery on investment initially in the construction coat of wax that needs to be put down, and then the strip and wax before the store gets turned over to store operations. And then of course you don't have to have the annual strip and wax or 2 or 3 times a year strip and wax process depending on foot traffic in the store. Polished concrete is really easy to maintain and it's forgiving.
A lot of these retail managers with experience, they're familiar with what it takes to clean a vinyl tile, which is, you know, going to be scrubbing with an auto scrubber, but then there's that extra added step of stripping and waxing, you know, once a year, a couple times a year. So when they hear they don't have to do that, they're very excited to get rid of that process, because in most cases they're bringing an outside company in and there's added costs that are just a pain.
Maintenance of the store is key for customer service. So one of the things we do every day is we monitor the floors and you know, sweep, maintain, scrub them if we need. And the concrete floors have been very simple. I've worked in retail a long time, and these have been easy to maintain. Sweeping, maintenance every day, and then scrubbing about every day if it's in winter. If it's in summer, maybe once a week. It really depends. But the dusting with these floors, even dust mopping, you can get the shine back. And like it said, it's been 1.5 years and we haven't buffed these floors. All we've used is the scrubber and done normal maintenance. So I'm really pleased with how they turn out.
So we tested some chemicals and we found that the Proseco Daily Clean and LS Clean were a best fit for Jon-Don and the Shopko process. So we then broke it down to one chemical, which was the LS Clean at its highest concentration, which is the LS Clean Ultra 30. This chemical would be used for high traffic retail situations like what you have here at Shopko. So we knew this was the best product for the maintenance program. We also didn't want to throw multiple chemicals into the mix. We just wanted them to stick to one thing to make it very easy for them to maintain in-house. And the floor looks better 2 years down the road than it did day one, and that really is because of the chemical.
When we started, we thought you know, that we would have, at the end of probably year 1, that we would have a restoration process where we would come in and repolish and maybe redensify and bring it back up to the standards, take out any traffic patterns or cart wear that we might have. And when we hit that 1-year anniversary, it was evident that we didn't need it at the 1-year anniversary. And since we've, you know, very soon we'll be crossing the 2-year anniversary. And actually the floor, I think, looks better today than it did when we walked away with new construction. So we're
very blessed that Shopko is always a team approach. Right, so you have your design, you have the applicator, you have the finisher, the placing finisher of the concrete. And so everyone came to the table, even other manufacturers came along to really be the brain trust of this whole program. So what Proseco was able to bring to the table was not only our expertise in our chemicals, but our on-site expertise as far as technical assistance.
I'm a polishing contractor. Quite honestly, it's refreshing to see the emphasis that not only Shopko puts in the beginning, but the emphasis that Shopko puts in at the back end. For us as an industry, it's truly unfortunate that we can do a great job polishing a floor and turning it over, but if the maintenance isn't performed properly, all of our hard work disintegrates after a certain period of time. So quite honestly, Shopko's involvement and their emphasis on maintenance and maintaining these floors is certainly refreshing in the industry.
Shopko is a unique client in that they look at the customer experience. Not only, they don't hand it off once the construction is complete over to the store owner and then the design team forgets them. They're involved from conception of the floor, throughout placement of the floor to when they're handing it over to the store owner.
So that's really an element of a huge success of good planning, good involvement. Mike is probably more involved than anyone in the industry, in retail, and to where he takes it seriously. It's very important to him that the end result is what it should be, and we are a partner to provide that result. And we're very privileged to be part of it.